Farmhouse Fix Up Part 8, where we are converting our 1870s farmhouse into something we will love. And they have finished about 90% of our siding here. We still kept it yellow, but it's more like a creamy yellow. I believe it's even called buttercream. And on top of that, they put all of the Durarock in for the showers that are going in each of the bathrooms. So this is the master shower. And then over here is the spare bathroom shower. This is the one that's downstairs. So it's like the second bathroom on the main level. And then this is the upstairs bathroom. This is the shower tub combination. So this is the one that is upstairs that kind of adjoins to that spare bedroom upstairs. And then Jordan went and picked up our vanities for the master bathroom from Menards because they did come in. And here's them checking to make sure it looks good and everything is fine, no issues with it. And then on top of that, multiple issues still coming our way, but they had to dig up our well because it's seized up. Welcome to our home, guys. It is fully and completely drywalled. Just needs to be finished, but holy cow, does this look so much different. I have so many pans of each of the rooms. I probably won't bore you with too many of them, just kind of the bigger spaces as we walk through it. For example, the dining room, the kitchen, our bedroom. The upstairs, just because those are vaulted ceilings. Those are kind of like the big areas. They're just looking so good, and we are so excited to see this done. And the craziest part is you can't see upstairs into that bathroom and bedroom area anymore. But look at this staircase. Oh my gosh, it goes straight up and it is high, but it looks so good. We are very excited to see this completely finished, and we're gonna have painters coming in to do the house as well. So once that kind of goes up and everything is finished and the paint is done, this is gonna look like such a complete house until flooring goes in, and oh my gosh, I can't wait. Not to mention, we even did drywall down in the basement to kind of divvy up the rooms. I think I showed that in one of the previous videos, and then leave it to our contractor to label each of our water lines in the basement. Such a cool little touch. And if you remember, I said the siding was 90% done, but well, now it's completely done, and it looks amazing. And just to show you guys the difference in color, the garage is the original siding, and behind it, obviously, the house is the new siding. It looks so good, and we cannot wait to see the rest of it done. So here we are back out in the barn. A bunch of stuff has been delivered. You guys have probably seen over the last few videos. Our vanities and our appliances are out here, as well as the two dressers I'm turning into bathroom vanities, and the desk I'm gonna paint. And we have another one of our shelves, the final one out here, that we are gonna start putting stuff on. So my task for the day was to move items from the larger black and yellow bins into the smaller clear bins, because those are going in the basement. So things that I need inside the house, anything that's gonna be outside, I can basically keep out in these black and yellow bins, and they'll just stay in the barn. So Jordan started moving things from this corner for the 800th time because he is going to use some sort of mouse repellent again on the bottom of the barn, because we are still getting mice in the barn. Not many, but we've been finding droppings in random places. So he's just kind of filling in the gaps at the bottom of each of the walls. And so here is all the clear bins, not done yet, but getting there. And then some of Jordan's handiwork with filling in those gaps on the bottom of one of the walls. Again, this is just to show you the finished drywall in the house, not going to take you room by room. It gets kind of boring after a while, really redundant. But I'll show you the rooms that I showed that weren't finished yet, but were drywalled in the last video where I showed you the drywall. So that would be like the dining room, the kitchen, our bedroom, and then upstairs as well, where all the vaulted ceilings are. And then look at this again. I didn't show you guys the loft last time, but look at the staircase going up and down the first and the second floor. Looks really good, and everything is just coming along super well. We're just really excited for painting to get started, because I think once they prime and paint, this house is gonna look so much different. And then it's kind of where things get a lot quicker. We're hoping to be moved in within the next month or month and a half, which I know is semi-ambitious, but I know our contractor's anxious to move on to other projects as well, so we can't wait. And then the tub actually had a whole bunch of marks on it from them moving around scaffolding, but it turns out that they were able to get it out, which is good because they didn't have to buy a new tub. Going into the basement, and those are finished as well. So we're gonna start this video inside the house. With the drywall being finished, I wanted to see how the paint was gonna look. It's hard to do without the primer, but we just kind of picked the whiter areas where they kind of did the seams so that we could get a general idea of what it would look like. So we'll get back to this in just a minute. But here we are at Menards picking out boards for the shutters, because that is Jordan's project for the day. It was snowing, it was cold, And that's kind of what we're doing. My cousin really wanted to be in the video. So here he is measuring out the boards and cutting them. And guys, this is not any sort of glitch. We lost power in the barn. That was kind of the big issue of the day. We just kept losing power, but turned it back on, kept going. Jordan's laying it out, starts screwing it all together. And then I'm over here because I'm determined to finish this dresser if it's the last thing I do. But then lost power again. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go back in the house and look at the paint. So that's what we did. All the paint that we are using around the house is Sherwin-Williams paint. And so this is Soji White going in the majority of the house, at least the bigger rooms. And then as we get into the bedrooms, it's actually gonna be Wolfscane, which is just a darker tan color. Not as light as Soji White. And then this is Iron Ore, which I might use as an accent wall somewhere. Alabaster made us a little bit nervous, but we just kind of wanted an off-white. Here they are side by side. That's Soji White and Alabaster. And then here's that green. We ended up going with the one on the right, which is called Dried Thyme. And then here we are back in the barn. I got like 1/3 of that dresser done. Didn't get very far. And then Jordan got one shutter done. And then Jordan came back the next day while I was at a baby shower. I stopped by real quick and he ended up knocking out all the rest of those shutters and they turned out amazing. So as far as the power we kept losing in the barn, we had to call our septic and well company that we had used for inspection, and we thought maybe our driveway guy had hit it. Turns out he hadn't, and the septic company did hit it, but they had spliced it in and it was all good. Well, Jordan and his dad went out a different day and they found a splice about a foot away from that first splice that had gone bad. So they fixed that and we are all good to go. So on this really cold and rainy day, guys, the barn decided to leak and Jordan was kind of, panicking, didn't know what to do because every time we come out here, something goes wrong. But we let it go for a little bit and I started sanding that dresser. We're turning it into a vanity again. I'm getting this thing done if it's the last thing that I do. Just spent a lot of time sanding it, sanding down the drawers. And then Jordan started painting all those shutters that he completed. He got 3 of them done, and then when it rains, it pours, pun intended. The heater kept going out, and the igniter kept trying to relight, which isn't right, but it turned out to not be a big deal. It was just because it was really windy out, it just kept blowing it out. So he went back to painting the shutters, and I started cleaning out that dresser. I think I'm calling it quits, guys. It's just like, I know I'm gonna get yelled at because there's still some paint on it, but that's just, I'm done. I've had enough of this and we need to move on. So Jordan completed 3 of the shutters and thank God for some great in-laws. They came out a couple days the next week and completed all of them for us. So make sure to come back for the next part. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.